Jared Polin, PhotoNewsFix.com, and this is your Photo News Fix. This Photo News Fix is brought to you by Rode and their VideoMic Pro Plus, which is my go-to mic for all things vlogging, running and gunning, and interviews on the road if I need a mic. I love the rechargeable battery and the fact that when I turn off the camera, the mic goes off. When I turn the camera on, the mic goes on, which means I won't kill the battery by accident. For more info on this microphone, head on over to bit.ly/FroRode. Just so you know, last week there was no fix because there really wasn't any worthwhile news to report on after WPPI, but this week, we have news. First up, do you have a spare $19.95 laying around? And by $19.95, I mean $19.95 million? If so, you could be the next owner of Bathhouse Studios, which was Eddie Adams' studio in New York City. Now, for those who don't know Eddie Adams, he was a Pulitzer Prize-winning photographer for his photo of the execution of a Viet Cong soldier during the Vietnam War. Adams purchased a studio which is located in Manhattan's East Village back in 1995 when he turned it into a massive studio and residence. The building is 13,298 square feet, which is 10,000 square feet more than the factory here, with the main studio having 20-foot ceilings, a secondary studio with 11-foot ceilings, and a 2,200 square foot roof deck, as well as a 16-foot high residence on the second floor. Basically, this is one of the coolest spaces left in New York City. My hope is that someone like Jeff Bezos decides to pick it up and keep it the way it is, or we could all chip in and start a GoFundMe. How's that sound? Continuing with expensive toys for the super rich, this LEICA camera just sold for nearly $2.96 million, which is a new world record. This 1923 LEICA Zero camera with serial number 122 just became the world's most expensive camera. I call shenanigans because isn't the Hubble more expensive, or is that considered out of this world? Now, Dan, imagine if LEICA built a telescope, which doctor would buy it?
Right.
The sale was made in Vienna, Austria on March 10th at the 32nd Westlic Camera Auction. Now, I wonder what that sounded like.
Und 2 Millionen Euro, 2 million Euro, zum Dritten.
What makes this camera so rare? Well, there are only 12 known surviving Leica Zero series prototype cameras, and only 25 were produced by Ernst Leitz. I guess if you have the cash sitting around burning a hole in your pocket, you might as well spend it on something. And Leica probably isn't it. Just when you thought there could only be one Vivian Mayer, let me introduce you to the Russian Vivian Mayer, Masha Ivashintsova. At first glance, I thought this was going to be a massive hoax, but the more you look at the images, the more you realize it seems legit. Like Vivian, she never showed her work to anyone, and in late 2017, a relative stumbled upon boxes of negatives and undeveloped film in an attic. Radio Free Europe published some of the roughly 30,000 images, and I have to say, if they do release a book, I'll probably be buying it. Now, have you checked your attic lately? Maybe there's some toys in there. And finally, does a prototype of a Canon full-frame mirrorless camera actually exist? Canon Rumors is reporting that their source believes it to be true. They say that it has a top-down LCD like the Leica SL, and I say, no, a pro camera with a top-down LCD? They say the flange distance looks too short for it to be an EF mount, but no lenses were attached to the body. So how can you actually tell? They also were saying a press of the shutter button in burst mode sounded like it shot over 10 frames a second. At this point, why didn't they just film some actual video or snap some freaking photos of it so they could share it with us? See, this is the thing about rumors. I wouldn't be surprised if Canon let some of this info out, though Japan probably would never approve of it. But maybe somebody went rogue inside of Canon USA and released this info. The truth is that these rumor sites are an important marketing tool to keep people interested in your brand during downtime. Now, the company would be smart to try and game the system for free publicity. So do you think Canon will have a full-frame mirrorless camera before Nikon? If so, let me know down below. And there you have it. That's your Photo News Fix this time around. To check out the last Photo News Fix from 2 weeks ago, go ahead and click on the screen right here. And that's all I have for you. Jared Polin, PhotoNewsFix.com. See ya. Click on it. Check it out. It's good.